Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another McGee & Co. DIY dupe video, and today's a good one because it's going to be a Christmas edition. So a while back I was going through and looking at McGee & Co.'s Christmas catalog and their holiday collection, and I found a couple of pieces that I loved, but I could not convince myself to spend the money on them. So today we are going to be making these galvanized trees, and they have 3 different sizes ranging in price from $24 to $30 a piece. And I don't know, I just felt like they were something that I could make myself, and I just didn't really want to spend the money on it. And they're sold out now, so I can't buy them even if I wanted to pay for them. So I decided that I was going to make them myself. So I decided that I wanted to make all 3 sizes of these galvanized trees. So I had my amazing husband create these templates for me so that I could just trace them out really easily and just be able to make sure that the measurements are correct. So we created these based off of the measurements from the McGee & Co. one. So first we're going to take these templates and put them on this board. I found this board from Lowe's. It's called Tempered Service Board, and I don't know what it is, but I thought it was a really good material to use for this because the McGee & Co. ones are made out of galvanized metal, obviously, but I don't have anything to cut metal with, so I wanted something that was going to be really easy to cut but also wasn't flimsy. So I found this giant sheet of tempered service board for $9, so I'll have so much of it left over for other projects too. So now I went ahead and cut the sheets down into smaller pieces to be able to work with so that I wasn't trying to lug around this giant board everywhere. So now that we've got, I don't even know, it's kind of hard to see because I drew it with pencil, but we are just going to go through with a utility knife repeatedly and go over the lines and cut out our tree pieces. So you want to make sure that you use a cutting board or something behind so that you obviously don't cut through whatever's on the underside like your table. And then I'm just using this as a straight edge to help the utility knife just stay on the line a little bit easier. You're really going to have to keep going over these lines over and over until you get through all of it, because it's kind of, even though it's a thin board, it's kind of a lot. I thought I was going to be able to just cut through it easily with this utility knife, but if you have like a skill saw or even like a handheld saw, that would be a quicker way to be able to cut through this material really easily. Since I'm going to be making all 3 sets of these, I'm just going to go ahead and take this to my garage and run the skill saw over it so that I can get this done quickly.
Safety first, guys.
Hopefully my hair doesn't look crazy now from all of the safety gear. But we're just going to go in now with a little bit of sandpaper. This is just 120 grit, and just sand around the edges to smooth it out a little bit. Now that we've got all the pieces nice and sanded down around the edges, I am going to be attaching these little hinges. They are 3/4 of an inch by 5/8 of an inch. So they're just little tiny ones. I picked these up from Lowe's, and they were like under $3 for a pack of 4. Or it comes with 4 hinges, but you need 2 hinges for each one. So I got 2 packs. So 8 hinges. So I'm just going to put the hinges on the I'm going to see where the hinges need to go and then mark out the holes with a little pin just so that I can make sure that I'm getting them in the right spot. And I'm just going to use this drill to drill them in. And then they'll be all hinged together. So the screws for the hinges are a little bit long and went through the board, so I'm just going to take some wire cutters and try to snip that bit off so that there's not like a pokey thing hanging out. And then I'm going to go over it with a little bit of hot glue just to make sure that the screw doesn't end up coming out, because I don't want these things to fall apart. That was dangerous. These don't really want to cut very easily, so I'm just going to go through and put some hot glue on the back of the nail, or on the back of the screws, just so that they are not pokey. And I'm just going to leave them like this, because the way that I'm going to style them is having the hinges face forward anyways. But if you want to go through the trouble of cutting them off, then you can try, but these screws are really hard to cut. Or you could also find screws that are a shorter length as well, and that would work out really well. So to finish these guys off, we are going to go in with some spray paint. So I'm going to be using this Gloss Classic Gray from Krylon as a base coat, and then on the top of it I'm going to use this hammered Rust-Oleum paint, and it's in the color black, but it looks more like a light medium gray color. So we are going to do a light coat of this over top of the base coat, and then we will have our finished look. I ended up not having enough of the gray paint, so I'm just going to go in with this French beige color. And it really doesn't matter what color you use, you just want a nice base coat, because the material that we're painting likes to absorb some of the paint. The hammered black was too dark, so I went back to the store and picked up this Rust-Oleum hammered paint in the color gray, and it is perfect for this project. It gives it a real metal look. So now we're going to jump into making this wreath from the McGee & Co. Holiday Collection. And I shared a while back in a thrift haul video that I found this awesome grapevine wreath. And this is just going to be the perfect base for the wreath, because it's very similar to the one from the McGee & Co. wreath. So we're going to start out with this, and then I've also got this pack of wreath picks, and I actually found this at Target, and it's a 20 count wreath picks, and it was only $5. So I thought that was a really awesome find, and I'm probably going to use all of this because I'm just going to need it to fill it out. And then I also picked up this from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to be using this one to help to fill it in. And then I picked up some pine cones, and these were for free because I just went and found some on the walking trail close to my house, so that's really awesome. And then I've got some dried eucalyptus also. So I just got two different types here. Oops. And this is just eucalyptus that I got from the grocery store and dried out myself. I really like the look of real eucalyptus compared to faux eucalyptus. I just haven't found a faux eucalyptus that looks real, so I prefer to use this dried eucalyptus. So we're going to be incorporating this into the wreath as well. Okay, so I'm just going to start by building my base with pine. And I've got a lot of these little sprigs, so I'm just going to start placing them in sporadically just to get the base going. Now I'm just going to start incorporating some more of these different kinds of pines. And what's really nice about these is that these are all shapeable. Like, you can move them to be wherever you want them to be because they aren't real. So you can flex them and move them around to where they need to go. Now I'm just going to start incorporating the eucalyptus to give it an even fuller look. The only bad thing about working with dried eucalyptus is that it can be very fragile. So you have to be very careful or you'll break off the leaves. Okay, now I'm going to start incorporating these pine cones. And I'm going to be using some hot glue to adhere the pine cones just so that they are secure. Once you've got your pine cones attached, you're going to want to go through with a couple more sprigs just to fill out the space and make it look like a natural blend. Next, I'm going to finish it off by adding this scrap of burlap fabric that I've just cut down into a ribbon. And now it's ready to hang. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that y'all are able to recreate these pieces for your own Christmas decor this year. If you do, let me know in the comments below and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you're new here, I'm Noelle and I make new videos every single week on DIY home decor, and making your home look high-end on a budget. So if you like that kind of video, then definitely hit the subscribe button and stick around. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.